The next video we got here is called The Insane Rise of VTubers and Why I Hate Them. Okay. So we got a hate video here.
Many definitions, but if I were to pick one right now, I would say behaving or presenting in a way that feels true, honest, or familiar without pretension or affection.
Okay.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream.
This is not a real person. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. If you haven't seen one, this is called a VTuber. It's, for the most part, someone with motion tracking software who operates under the guise of an anime person. Many of them adopt mannerisms to better fit the backstory they made for their character. For example, this one likes referencing carrots because she's a rabbit, or this one who pretends to be bad at basic math because it's cute. There's all sorts of characters and backstories, and nearly all of the most well-known ones are either Japanese or English-speaking women. I have to give this definition because I've shown exactly 3 people this in real life and have gotten, quote, "What the fuck is that? Is this real? And do people actually watch this?" in response. All of them laughed. Yet almost every single one of the top 15 highest earning super chats on YouTube are owned by VTubers. Look at Giga, he looks like he's about to get his fucking nails clipped at the vet. YouTubers everywhere will not stop posting about them. They're clearly popular, so I think it's important to approach this with an open mind. VTubers are not inherently bad. In fact, so many of them are extremely talented and natural-born entertainers that can captivate an audience of millions without being obsessed with drama or being negative in the slightest. Many of them play instruments, sing, and play games at a high level. These girls are famous for a reason, usually. But I don't understand the appeal on a personal level.
Come on, baby, kiss me. Kiss me.
Oh no. Oh no. I was not ready. This is the only one I know, by the way. I know this VTuber. It's the only one. Because it was in Neptunia. She appeared there. I can't believe it. I didn't know she did stuff like that.
Kiss me, Mario!
My friend who enjoys VTubers watched this clip and was in pure glee. I've only heard this fat bastard rant about 2 things. This clip and some sandwich called the fucking heart clogger that he gets from the grocery store, so I knew that this was special. But when I watched that clip, I honestly wanted to rip her hair out and stuff it in my ears and light the ends on fire like a wick. I hate VTubers. When I see them on screen, my heart starts pumping, my eyes go bloodshot, and I go dizzy.
I think anyone does.
Why? How did these guys blow up under so many people's noses? Where did they come from? I want to answer these questions because honestly the video was just going to be a quick rant, but I gradually became fascinated in the plot twists and reasons why people enjoy VTubers. So those of you who love them,
I can answer this. Ready? People liked e-girls, and then people like big eyes, people like anime. You just squeeze and mush them together, you got anime e-girls. Big brain money scheme right there. Easy. It was a no-brainer. It was bound to happen.
And people who hate them, hold hands as I take you through Act 1.
It's Gex!
In 2000, Yamaha sound guy Ken Mochi Hideki starts a project called Daisy, which aims to generate human-sounding vocals from text like beep, beep, bop, bop, beep, kind of like Animal Crossing. Thanks to Yamaha, Daisy got promoted and fully fleshed out as Vocaloid, which was released in 2004 and marketed towards professional musicians. The problem is, at the time everyone thought, robots, professional software, this is
Smokin' hot metal posters with jazzy vibes. This curated collection of licensed
baby shit. Nobody cared about it and it was dismissed as just a toy. But very slowly over the years, Vocaloid was being taken more and more seriously. And in 2007, Krypton Media has an idea. They take Vocaloid, make mascots, make the main mascot 16, and drop a new sound pack. It worked. Hatsune Miku was hot. Music artists would make collabs with her Vocaloid pack and animate her moving and shit. This caught on in Japan like crazy. Eventually, she starts selling out actual concerts. She tops out iTunes' best-selling chart. An unbelievable amount of porn is made. But the big takeaway here is that Japan discovered something big. Hatsune Miku is marketable as fuck. Dominoes, clothing, Funko Pops, hot dogs, or something. It didn't just matter that Hatsune Miku could hit iTunes' top 10 list a week after making a song. What mattered was that we can completely manufacture a cultural phenomenon, manipulate every part of her persona, and not have to pay them royalties for making merch, commercials, or collaborations. It's genius. Oh, your influencer got caught doing blackface again this month. I just fucking programmed mine not to do that.
How many times did he do blackface? What was it, like 6 times actually? That's right.
Now, does it work 100% of the time? Well, that's a complicated. It's estimated that in 2012, Hatsune Miku acquired a whopping 10 billion yen since her debut, which translates to a whopping $6 USD. Seeing this, an unknown production crew thought, hey, I could do that, and debuted Kizuna AI in 2016. She very closely resembles the VTubers today, but instead of running the risk of it being a fat middle-aged Hispanic man, Kizuna AI is actually like 8 middle-aged fat Hispanic men. She debuted on YouTube in November of 2016 and mostly creates largely scripted and pre-recorded content.
Let's challenge!
Look at her. Those were fucking babies.
That's so strange.
Which wasn't really a problem with people. Anime is scripted and people certainly love those characters, so it only makes sense that there's an appeal for something like Kizuna to exist. I believe that most people aren't under the impression that this is a real girl with a real personality and, you know, blah blah blah. In fact, she's basically a goddamn puppet. Even her voice actress is completely disposable. I think I read she's got like 5 substitutes that share her cold metal cage of a body. And Japan had done it again. Kizuna was a goddamn hit. She's the cover girl of Cup Noodle. She's been on the TV and news multiple times, done ads, and honestly, more impressive than all of that, she collaborated with PewDiePie. Enter the third major character, HoloLive. HoverCorp, which works with alternate reality, sees the massive success of Hatsune Miku and Kizuna AI and says, hey, I could do that. So they did. Sometime in 2017, CoverCorp released a smartphone app called HoloLive, which would allow you to view a VTuber live while they stream. This changes things. Yep. It's only one fat guy now. HoloLive held auditions for extremely talented women, and jokes aside, a lot of them are also very pretty in real life. Now, there may be some coaching involved, but for the most part, these girls have creative control over what they stream, if or not they curse, etc., and HoloLive provides them with a rigged up 3D model, an iPhone X, and a high-spec gaming PC. Blah, blah, blah. They're basically a management company for aspiring VTubers. You could be a VTuber. Unless you're a guy, then the chances are slim. And of course, this caught on fire, and other companies thought, hey, I could do that. So they did. But instead of just working in Japan, Niji Sanji went Mr. Worldwide and spread out in China, Japan, Indonesia, India, and Korea. So HoloLive said, hey, I could do that. And then there's a ton of VTubers all over the world. The end. Holy shit, America likes VTubers. Gargara comes flying up in the charts and is the most searched for VTuber in 2020. Mori Callipy comes straight out of nowhere at a tremendous upset. See, if you liked anime at all and watched a VTuber video once thinking, what is this? Surprise! These little fuckers are going to ruin your recommended feed forever. Enjoy! So a lot of Americans were already in.
It's so true. You put on one VTuber short or something, and then you're like, YouTube blasts you with them. Like, absolutely blast you. I don't want to see VTubers in my blast feed. I'm probably going to get a ton of them after this.
Introduced to VTubers, especially since there are channels dedicated to taking funny clips from their streams and translating them just hours after the fact. You have an abundance of binge-worthy content, and now HoloLive is making an English branch, coupled with Japan's aging population and business was booming. It still is. Japan, America, Indonesia, VTubers have triumphed over what's considered normal to cement themselves as a very real and lucrative industry. September 24th, 2020. Akai Hato goes over her analytics with her audience to see which countries watch her the most.
アメリカ 11%、台湾 7%。
Did you catch that? That's okay, neither did she. Kiryu Koko, who's one of the biggest VTubers in the world, does the same thing the next day. And thus, the two slept as some rich-ass bitches. Someone was at the door.
Who is it?
She replies. The Chinese. Both Hato and Coco made the mistake of mentioning Taiwan in their analytics, which China does not officially recognize as an independent country. Chinese viewers were not happy. In fact, they were pissed. And if you don't know, Asian countries go hard as fuck with their trolling. Coco and Hato were suspended for 3 weeks for saying the word Taiwan. But the viewers were not satisfied. Well, they believed that Akai Hato had made an honest mistake. That harlot Kiryu Coco had to pay. Raids, smear videos, multiple VTubers were doxxed, anything to get revenge. They even go so far as to continuously buy YouTube accounts to keep it going. One guy even allegedly dropped his social credit score to 0 and ruined his life because he used a VPN. This new faction is called the Antis. Because HoloLive has yet to ban Coco, they've developed a vendetta against the company. To this day, they're kind of active. You can see them in chat or their Facebook propaganda.
Well, guess what?
Which is banned in China, so they gotta be using a VPN to spoof their location to a nearby country. Just saying.
What?
HoloLive then had 2 options.
Taiwan
they can continue expanding in China and allow their new Chinese overlords to permanently ban VTubers on a whim, or leave, which they did. And that's the story of how a single word dissolved the entire Chinese branch of HoloLive. Didn't really do much though. Yeah, it was on the news and Hirohei made like 600 videos about it, but VTubers just kind of moved on and are doing better than ever. Finally, the next generation. Remember how we found out VTubing is pretty big here? Well, a bunch of English-speaking boys and girls started paying hundreds all the way up to thousands for rigging commissions, avatars, etc. It's now gotten to the point where anyone with a camera can go, hey, I can do that, because they literally can. And this is where a lot of cringe comes in for me personally. Act 3. We've learned the history of VTubers, but now can we get a little bit more personal? If you enjoy them, that's your business, and hopefully you can find what I've been saying so far entertaining. But for my boys...
I am the greatest treasure hunter the world has ever seen.
Look, I personally can't get into that because I personally find it creepy, horrifying, disturbing, and to be honest with you, kind of fucked up in the head.
The boys that understand?
And you're right.
She's an anime woman just sitting there screaming in Japanese, and it's scary, alright?
This is for you, bro. Not really the first guy, though. He was going crazy. I honestly thought I was alone in despising these trollops. Online, I see overwhelming love for VTubers, and as much as I'm happy for those people, and especially the VTubers themselves, who've earned a spot atop the most well-known streamers around.
Lest we forget, VTubers went and saying, "Here, bring me a ball game," or come, whatever, freaking baseball. They went to a baseball game for the Yankees. Okay? Once you sing at a Yankees baseball game, you're American now. Okay? That's how it works. We gotta accept them. Unfortunate, but it's true.
I still think it's super fun to make fun of them. And I haven't really seen a lot of my kind out there, so let me break it down. I do not understand them. People have often used the phrase cute girls doing cute things to describe why they like certain shows. I've always thought of it more as stupid fucking idiots doing dumb shit. I'm fully aware that I'm a weirdo. I've asked the most manly dudes around to normal, casual friends if they hated this clip as much as me.
This is real, man.
And almost all of them had no issue with it. Many even said it was cute. On the other hand, I look at that clip and cringe. It makes me uncomfortable and most of all annoyed. Because I feel entertainment is at its best when the line between realism and fiction is distorted. I enjoy media that provides a reflection of very real things that we experience, whether it be in dialogue, delivery, or the actions the characters take, and then flip it and do something crazy with the story. As I reflect on my favorite shows, almost all of them fit under that description. I thought of this in the shower while I was washing my balls and threw in the script, so it might not be that airtight yet. But I've noticed that anime can frequently put up a barrier between that realism and the characters they portray. There's certain formulas and tropes that authors feel they have to play into to appeal to certain audiences. In weaker shows, the main character will be some whiny bitch boy that is in love with justice, to which he's rewarded with a slew of girls that are
Hey, you stop it. This show is great. You're going too far now. You can't, Rosario Vampire, you're going too far. Come on. This is a childhood memory. This is one of the best shows ever. For shame, dude. For shame. This is great. This is a great show. You've gone too far now.
attracted to his righteousness. Does that happen in real life? Not really, but as a kid I used to imagine that's what would happen to me, and I really enjoyed shows like that. That's why this character type exists. Female archetypes like tsunderes, yanderes, etc. that you would hate to interact with are popular because author knows that works for whatever reason. Even in good shows, you'll have characters which are basically downloaded from a list of personality types instead of being a product of reality. So to me, the less that characters act like anime characters, the better they are, with exceptions. Cute anime girls annoy the shit out of me because it's not genuine. I've spoken to at least 1,000 women at this point and never met someone who genuinely speaks and acts like this.
What did I just hear? That was some verbal diarrhea right there. That was like, I think someone got cancer from that. I'm hurting inside. The pain it caused. I mean, there should have been a warning before they posted something like that. That hurt me deep down in my soul.
Maybe you have, but when I see it, I imagine some dude who's completely estranged from the youth writing his fifth "Nyah," knowing that's what's hot right now. Am I overthinking things? Yes, but I'm putting words into a feeling that's been sitting in my belly for years. So when you take this and make a real person act like they're that, it doubles the cringe factor. I don't want to see a person pretending to be a thing, pretending to be another thing that doesn't exist and never has. So that's why it irritates me so much when I see a VTuber going, it's uncanny, uncomfortable, and not genuine to me. Even though blah blah blah, that's not the point, they're supposed to adopt the persona. It's how I feel, dude. There ain't much I can do to change it.
Yeah,
let's examine the various types. Baby talk.
So the best type of VTuber is when they don't put on a persona. And they're just VTubing because that's what they want to do. Yeah. I can admit that. Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much ubiquitous in the VTuber community and also the one that makes me the most mad. Japanese VTubers will talk like this.
そういうモードが実装されているんですが、今回ご紹介するクリップは
American VTubers will talk like this.
Out there.
Oh, weekend on the beast die. Hi, Sensei. How are you?
Oh, here comes the airplane. Oh, I'm made stinky winky. My diaper. Oh, change me, please. I like to imagine there's a bald white guy in a big ass pull up behind the monitor. That makes me laugh the most. I'm sure it's a very pretty adult woman on the other end. Don't get upset. Now, quick quiz. Are we watching the season finale of Teletubbies or Twitch? I need you to tell me honestly if this is something you picture me watching. I believe this comes directly from the cute anime girl phenomenon that I just...
When I think of VTubers, I think of a middle-aged, obese man in a trailer eating chicken wings, sweating, and, you know, thinking, yeah, open that girl. I'm gonna give her up a minute. Maybe she'll take to me for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's what I think of when I see
talking
this.
about. So obviously it's not my thing. English. A lot of fellas think it's cute to see VTubers learn English. At times, alright, it is kind of cute.
Netflix.
Once they discovered a good amount of their audience was English speaking, VTubers began learning and communicating with a whole new side of their audience. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, and funny most of the time. I think this is what hooked a lot of casual audience members. Of all the clips I've seen in research, a strong amount of them contained English, which is just English with a heavy Japanese accent. English. Weebers. On the flip side, we have Becca's, Hannah's, and Olivia's that have mastered the Japanese tongue.
Body pillow as well.
What?
I feel like an old man. I know this type of thing is supposed to be cute, but I don't get why. You also get sporadic, random Japanese words to really seal the deal. Like they make a mistake and go, "Gomeusai, sorry, mistake desu." A favorite of mine is this ara shit.
What? Did you just
It gets weeb boys all flustered, so there's a song and dance of VTubers pretending like they don't want to do it, and then just going hard as fuck as soon as they commit. Oh, Nani? You guys want me to say it? Fine.
Hey you! Looking to reserve the hottest toys while saving money on shipping? Then check out the Big Bad Toy.
Like, dude, you clearly wanted to do that. Now you've soured my mood, and frankly, I don't want to finish these nuggies. Normals. During my research, I found a few chicks talking in their normal voice, chilling with a VTuber avatar. I thought, this is an actual person speaking to me right now, which threw me off after listening to high-pitched squeals all day. Pretty chill. Which goes to show you can't really throw a blanket statement on all VTubers. Now let's go back to throwing blankets on VTubers.
Yeah,
Mutes. There are VTubers that stand there, and stand there, and stand there.
All right.
Oh, they were
now that's
typing the whole time. This one uses text-to-speech or speech bubbles while others sit menacingly. While I know I personally can't appreciate the other types of VTubers, and that's clearly on me, what is going on here? I genuinely want to know because I can't even generate a theory. Please comment. This channel is like a creepypasta. It's extremely uncanny to my gaijin eyes.
Is that real?
Let me put you down for some fucking reason. Okay, I gotta stand up.
Zentreya is another insane case because she's actually humongous. Not just the tits, but she's raised $42,000 in 5 hours before. Just vibing, typing, taking hella long between responses. These two have been able to achieve a high level of success that I think anyone would be envious of by completely breaking the mold in an already outlandish market. That is commendable. Yet, behind our backs, who could have predicted the dark secret lurking behind the scenes?
It was a man. It was a man. It was a man.
Everyone predicted that. This is Nora Cat. You might have seen this clip floating around. Their popularity plummeted after this incident, but like, what did you expect? A hot lady? You expected a hot lady with boobs to be using a fucking text-to-speech voice. The only people I know who do that is Reddit. It's pretty messed up that the dude isn't doing so great now. He seems like a chill guy, so if you're ever in the States, we can smoke or something and talk about the VTuber industry. That's not a conversation I want to have sober. So that's the mutes. Revolutionary in their own way, confusing in mine. Now, you can't have VTubers without an audience, right? Casuals. Normal people. There are tons of people attracted to the idea of cute girls saying and doing ridiculous shit. Some clips even had me thinking, okay, that was kind of cute.
Yuppie, yuppie!
I assume these are one of the most popular viewers on YouTube, but I have no idea. Simps.
Yep.
I don't really need to explain this one.
Start!
Obviously, there's a good amount of people that want to bang these things, which brings in a fair amount of viewers. Actually, remember when Project Melody came out on Chatterbait and broke all sorts of records and everyone was salty? Yeah, there's a market for this. Of course, the girls are aware, so they'll make allusions to sexual acts as the chat pogs incessantly.
Tight. Like a field mouse.
Which is also like half the VTuber recommendations I get. For the record, I would do the exact same thing. If I were female, my butthole would look like the inside of a box of Pocky, which is far worse than moaning into the mic. I just think it's funny. When you work out, what noise do you make? Usually like, or what? You don't go, there's people that come for that, much like any other industry, but I think horny boys make up a pretty good chunk of the fan base. Weeaboos. If I enjoyed pure, innocent, fake women, VTubers would be awesome. Let's say I like a slice of life show with a bunch of little girls. Why would I not want to watch a person in real life who embodies a ton of these characteristics react to stuff live? Those fictional characters that are so out of reach for us are suddenly something you can connect and interact with. I think this is a very unique relationship and can see why people gravitate towards VTubers. There's also dudes that love that tomato shit. The last 72 hours of my life has been dedicated to researching these guys, so I've honestly been on a roller coaster of emotion.
Pray for this man. He went to hell and back to make this video. Okay? He saw this for 72 hours. I don't know. I think I would go clinically insane.
Initially, I despised them. In the middle, I despised them. And in the end, I despised them. But during all that, I never stopped thinking, yeah, that's on me. I'm never going to be in the loop, and I'm cool with that. VTubers are going to be here for a long time, whether we like it or not, and they have a brilliant future full of boundless possibilities. Still gonna make fun of my friends for watching that baby shit. But most importantly, I've learned that if you can't beat them, you gotta get better than them. It's Wanko time, fuckers! Catch me streaming with my new avatar, Wanko. I know it's very disrespectful for big YouTubers to hop on the VTuber trend because it's a very niche and not well-known market, but I hope you guys can forgive me. Subscribe, I talk about anime, and comment. I reply to those. I'm sure this comment section is gonna be real fun. But did I mention to forget that Wanko will debut the arrival of our newest sponsor, NordPass? There's a free version, so listen.
Okay. That was a great video. Really good. Let me get the link here. That's absolutely hysterical, honestly. I give it 10 out of 10. Yeah, I can't get behind weird VTubers. I really can't. I can't do it. The voices and stuff. Maybe I'm blind. Anyway, we're going to take a quick intermission. For those on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. For those in the stream, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.